hope everyone's doing well. I just got finished working out, so I probably look one hot mess, but I wanted to do this video real quickly because I'm going to share with you guys what I'm going to be embarking on for the next week. It is February 12th, 2019, and it is about 9:40. I just got finished working out, and I also just got finished doing some lemon fat bombs. It's really pretty easy. You just need half a lemon, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 2 ounces of butter, 2 teaspoons of swerve, and 2 drops of liquid stevia. It's either or. And then the pinch of a Himalayan salt. I'm going to try to put them in these emoji little silicone cubes. See how cute that is? And we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to do one real quick and I'll show you how it looks. Now the gingerbread one, that one, they're too tall, I think, for one serving. So with those, I'll cut it in half or share with my husband because it is big. And then you didn't see, but I ended up having a little bit extra, and then I made some Christmas tree ones. That's all the really silicone molds I have with that. So yeah, we'll try it out. How I will be using those fat bombs really is just if I'm in my window to eat for intermittent fasting, then I will have one. If I'm hungry from meal to meal, I'll have one, and that should tie me over because of the amount of fat that has. So that's how I'll use them. So they're not going to be used all the time. And I read on there that those can keep up to 3 months in the freezer. So why I wanted to come and do this video is because yesterday I was watching a video from Sister on a Mission, Vera, and she has inspired me to really do my intermittent fasting like you should. You guys know I am on keto. And I also do intermittent fasting. Now, I'm still learning in this whole journey. I'm really new to it, to be honest with you guys. But in January and now most of February, I will tell you guys that I have been pretty much on intermittent fasting. I eat about 2 times a day, sometimes just 1 time. And it's working for me, and I feel good with it. I feel actually really good. And so I think what I'm lacking, and I wrote down the things that I want to accomplish in this intermittent fasting challenge that I have put myself on, inspired by Vera from Sister on a Mission. I will link her video down below of her 90-day challenge. Now, she also does fasting, just like 4-day fastings and things like that, and we'll talk about that for me in a little bit. But I really want to take this intermittent fasting sort of to the next level, if you will, because what happens with me right now is that I do really good in the mornings. There's no problem. I can actually go till about 1 o'clock depending on how much I'm doing for that morning. But I can go to 1 o'clock really. And then I usually have been eating around 5:36. That's kind of been the average for my last meal. But here's what happens. I end up having to snack at night. I don't snack during the day, but I snack at night. It's a habit. I override my body because my body is really not hungry at all. It's become a habit, and I override my whole system. I override it. And I need to stop that. I want to be more disciplined because I want to take this further. So this is my intro video. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it for 90 days. I was going to do it for 2 weeks, and then I opted out of that. I'm going to do it for 1 week. And the reason is because I kind of want to not put so much stress on me. I don't want to say stress. I don't want to say stress. That's not the right word. I want to take it sort of slow. Let's put it that way. And then build on it. I think that's more reasonable for me, and it's reasonable for me mentally. Breaking that nighttime snack is really going to be a challenge for me. So it's going to, this fasting for me is going, or not fasting, this intermittent fasting is going to go all the way for a week. Here's the deal, okay? I am still trying to figure out how I want to do it in terms of 1 meal or 2 meal. I'm not going to say every day is going to be 2 meals, and I'm not going to say every day is going to be just 1 meal, because it's different for me. It really, really is. And like I said, I'm learning what my body wants. I'm learning the types of foods that it will need for just the 1 meal. And that's where I'm at. So right now I am learning, and I want to learn exactly what my body likes and what it prefers. The 2 meals, the 1 meal, but no snacks. That is most definitely no snacks. The only time I will snack, if you will, is if I break my fast, let's say about 1 o'clock, and my next meal will be around 6 o'clock. And I find myself extremely hungry in between there, which hasn't happened, but in case it does, that's why I have my fat bombs ready. Those are really powerful to get me from one to the next because they are fat. You know, it is fat that makes me feel satisfied, and it's a very small amount of fat. And the other thing about that is that it doesn't raise my insulin level high. So it keeps me with my insulin levels low. So I'm not snacking, and my sugars aren't going like this because I'm eating carbs in between, or a fruit or something where it'll spike my insulin high. So that is why those fat bombs work for me. So right now, I'm just gonna tell you guys, you know, I might eat 2 meals, I might eat 1 meal, it just depends on my day. I did weigh myself this morning, I did. And the reason why is because a lot of people, or not a lot, but the people I watch who do intermittent fasting and fasting, and with keto, okay, with keto, is they always measure their glucose level, their ketones. I don't have a ketone device, you know, where it measures where my ketones are. And for those of you who are kind of new to keto, when you're burning ketones, you're in fat burning mode. In other words, you're burning the fat that you have stored, and that is a great thing. And with burning ketones, you'll be in ketosis, and that's what it measures, how much you are in ketosis. I did weigh myself this morning, and it's because I kind of want to have some, other than how I feel and me telling you how I feel, which is a big chunk of it. That is the majority of it for me, is how I feel and how absolutely amazing I feel. I honestly, since I've been also meal planning, I'll tell you this real quickly. Since I've been meal planning and really taking that part of it serious, because meal planning for me used to be a pain in the booty. But now that I've just said, okay, do this and do it 100%. I've been meal planning. I have to tell you, I think a lot less of food on this program. Whereas before in other diets and other diet programs, when it was about weight loss, I would constantly think about food, constantly. And the other reason why too is because I was always hypoglycemic. And so I was always thinking about food. That is shifting. I don't think about food. I really, really don't. Everything's planned. I have things prepared. I have my meals prepared, so I don't have to think about that. And then to top it off, that I'm not hungry during the day. I can go long hours without eating, and it just takes the mind off of. Sorry guys, my camera, I'm using my Sony, and the Sony is the one that gets really, really hot quickly. Anyways, so yeah, I think a lot less about food, which is amazing, really is. Okay, what I want to accomplish this week, my goals. I'll get into the weight. I'll finish that thought. I go all over the place. With my intermittent fasting this week is obviously to learn more about my body, what it likes, what it needs, and feed it at the time. You know, if I need to break my fast, I need to break my fast because I am hungry. I'm going to listen to my body. So there's a little bit of intuitive eating there, but trying to keep the window of eating very, very, you know, like some people do 16-8, I believe, you know, that kind of thing, you know, where you don't eat for 16 hours and then you break your fast at the 8th hour or the 16th hour, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. So definitely no snacks. That's not going to happen. But intermittent fasting, I want to use this opportunity this week for discipline. And that is mainly due to meal planning, because like I've said before, it's been tedious in the past, but now I'm really enjoying it. So meal planning, keep that up so that my mind is away from food. You know what I mean? I don't think about it. So that's a discipline that I want to do on a, you know, keep it up. I also want to stop that nighttime snacking, and being committed for a week, I'm hoping to break that habit. You know, just don't eat when you're not hungry. And in this program, you just don't eat snacks, you know, because for me, part of this program is keeping my insulin levels down. Okay, that's discipline. That's what I want. The other thing is, I've been learning about meditation, believe it or not, and I want to start meditating. I want to start incorporating that in my day, whether it be 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that, but just really meditate. And my meditations would consist in talking with God, you know, quietly. And I don't know, I just feel like my mind is off of food now. It's just weird how I just find times to do other things in my mind. And so I think connecting more with God and just meditating, I think I just feel like I need that, and that's what I want to do, and discipline in that. Also, I've been reading a lot about autophagy. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Autophagy, I think it is, where the body heals, and part of the way it can heal is through intermittent fasting. And I just need to heal this body, and I think I'm headed in the right direction. So I want my body to start healing itself through intermittent fasting and staying away from those high carb foods. Hold on a minute, guys. So yeah, I want to keep learning on that, and I want to take advantage of this week to really see in 1 week how my body is going to heal, you know. And I already feel it though with just not craving any more food. I did have a episode recently on Sunday, and I did make a vlog where I did have some carbs because I was extremely tired, but that's part of the discipline. That's part of discipline, you know, because it's going to happen again, and I need to really discipline myself. But autophagy, I really am wanting to get deeper into that, and intermittent fasting is going to help me, and I want to see in this week exactly how I feel at the end of it, even though I already see the results of it. I want to work out every other day this week, and I've been doing that really, really good. But again, it's discipline to get up and work out every other day for now. I also want to, in this fasting, or in this intermittent fasting, I want to take this week to really learn to build up to doing like a 3-day fast, or a 1-day fast, or a 2-day fast, somewhere like that, somewhere along those lines, to do some fasting sometime before the summer. It's something I've always wanted to do. I mentioned it in previous videos, but I knew I was not ready. I knew that what I was feeling with hypoglycemia, with eating the wrong foods, I just knew that I wasn't there yet. And I feel like I'm on my way and I will be able to do something along those lines, but I'm learning exactly how I need to do that. And so this is just going to build on that. You know, it's a week of intermittent fasting, but it's going to build into fasting. And see where that goes, because that's all part of discipline. It's all part of the autophagy that I want to do. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, I think I am. But that's where this is why I'm doing this, and just to keep getting healthier and keep disciplining and keep learning. And the last thing is the weight. It's gonna be the last thing all the time, because weight is no longer the focal point in anything. I did weigh myself. I'll tell you the starting weight is 204. Where did I put it? 204.2. So I'm up 4 ounces from the last time. And that's only because I'm on my cycle and things like that. But let's see where I end up in a week. Again, if I stay the same, that's really not my guide anymore. It's not the measurement of how I feel anymore, but it should be a side effect to this whole process. It should be a healthy side effect. And let's see. And that's why I did record my weight. So I'm starting off at 204.2. And I will be vlogging every single day, but I'm not sure right now if I will be doing sort of little snippets and then put it up in 1 week for you guys and then show you next week, or do daily vlogs, or do 2-3 day vlogs. I'm not sure yet, guys. But whatever it is, I will be vlogging this every single day, snippets of what I'm doing and how I'm feeling on this journey, and if I'm doing it. So that'll happen. I'm just not sure if you're gonna see the vlogs every single day, because that gets a little bit rough for me as far as editing. So sometimes it's easier for me just to say, okay, I'm gonna put it all together and I'm gonna sit one day and edit everything. So we'll see how that goes. All right, my friends, I will let you go. I wanted this video to be short, but you know, with me, they just don't stay short. I'm gonna go shower since I just got finished working out and making the fat bombs, and my husband wants to finish up his program. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll take you with me, and you know, I'm really excited. I just feel like I'm just finally connecting the dots, and it feels